prices have gone up. Gas is $3.59 out here in West Texas. Highest inflation we've had in over 40 years. My heart goes out to the men and women out there that are working two jobs to make ends meet right now.
You know, I was going to let that go. I really was. Until that last sentence. Food prices and gas prices are going up globally, and I have not been shown by anyone on your site any coherent piece of evidence that would make Biden responsible for that. I laugh about how dumb you are most of the time. But that last sentence about you saying, oh, my heart goes out to the people working two jobs, as if the entire conservative Republican platform isn't antithetical to people working two jobs. It's your goddamn side that crucifies people as being lazy and, oh, they should just get a better job. It's their fault. And then you turn around and use it as political capital.
So this clip brought me back to when George W. Bush was talking to a woman in a town hall who was explaining how she had to work 2 or 3 jobs, I don't specifically remember, just to make ends meet. And he was saying how big of an American symbol that was and how American that truly was as a representative of how Americans work hard.
That's good because I work 3 jobs and I feel like I contribute.
You work 3 jobs?
3 jobs, yes.
Uniquely American, isn't it?
So I was talking about Senator Josh Hawley from the state of Missouri, my state of Missouri, on here maybe about a month ago about how his America First campaign is being sold with coffee mugs that have made in China on the bottom of the mug, because they keep their voting base hooked with these working class cries. But the only difference between the GOP and the Republican Party is that race baiting tactic that you've seen since the 80s. Lee Atwater's famous quote about you can't say N-word, N-word, N-word anymore. You talk about forced busing tactics, and now you talk about tax laws. When Donald Trump got in office, he said a tax bill that is going to raise everyone's taxes below the 1% after a 10-year mark. While he was in office, he campaigned on fixing the healthcare system. The GOP for 8 years while Obama was in office was saying that they were going to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare. And when Trump got in office, they had zero plan, not a single plan, because the Republican voting base doesn't know the difference, for the most part, between the Affordable Care Act and the Obamacare. What? They're the same thing. Exactly. That's the point. And if it wasn't for the overwhelming amount of corporate corruption within the political process, the Democratic Party would absolutely never lose to the Republicans, because the Democratic message is popular. Things like raising the minimum wage, things like making healthcare more accessible, things like modernizing the education system, making the tax code more fair so that people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk actually pay more than $0 in federal income taxes with their companies. Things like that, the overwhelming majority of the public is on board for, even Republican voters. But we have people like Joe Manchin within the Democratic Party who actually just released his favorable demands for Build Back Better. But of course, the money would have to be split towards, balancing out the deficit and balancing out the debt, which we just talked about the other day. Good old Dick Cheney said it doesn't matter. But we have people like Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema within the Democratic Party, and we can't even get them in line. We can't even get them on board. And then we have someone like Donald Trump, who's currently being investigated by every level of the United States court system for defrauding every level of the United States. And yet this man may seriously win in 2024 if they don't somehow find a way to put him behind bars. But that's the modern day GOP.